Of course, we're here to talk about the Volkswagen actions being organized in Europe. Most people on the webcast have some familiarity with the scandal relating to Volkswagen, with the emissions testing problems in the US. We won't really get into the substance of those allegations on today's webcast. We're really going to focus more on the actions themselves.
Other than that, really you have got to look at opt-in cases on a case-by-case basis. So there is going to be a different legal process, strategy, eligibility, loss calculations, funding, risks, costs, fees.
And I think one of the things that we get from some of our US clients who are very used to the US process is, why do I have to make that choice? Mm-hmm. And again, it goes back to the opt-in nature of these actions, where they're running parallel, and so the actions don't get consolidated, so you actually have to pick one and stick with that one. And it really becomes quite complicated for a lot of clients to figure out which one to pick. And we spend a lot of our time assessing that on their behalf, and we interview and investigate counsel and funders and look at the various claims and talk to our affiliated offices in the relevant countries to make sure that we're comfortable with our recommendation. But it is quite a process.
And conversely, you can't join all of them. I mean,
exactly.
Well, sometimes you can right at the beginning, but there's really no point to it, and you certainly wouldn't want to be joining all 6 of these.
Exactly. No, exactly. In the Netherlands, they have a terrific statutory vehicle, the collective settlement statute, which allows situations where both parties, the plaintiffs and the defendants, wish to resolve the case. It provides a forum to do that on an opt-out basis. My firm has used it successfully in the Cavarium case. It's a terrific law and a terrific jurisdiction. The question is, does that strategy make sense in this case, and particularly for non-Dutch claimants? What happens if Volkswagen says, I'm not in this alone, I'm going to plead in other defendants?
Then, of course, the costs, the adverse cost risk raises.
For each of those?
For each of the defendants. And First of all, everybody thinks it's an easy case because you have just Volkswagen as a defendant. But then, if you think how the defendants will act, you of course see what they want to do. They will try to build up the costs of that case because they know they can hurt the plaintiffs. And how do they do it? It's completely legally fair if they sue their former board members, if they sue their present board members.
We thank Caroline Goodman and Jens for joining us today. We really appreciate it. And thank you for joining the webcast.